Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be responding to the reader problems tag that Celestria tagged me in. So I have not watched her video yet. I'm going to quickly film this and then I'm going to watch her video because I like to go into tag videos without knowing what the questions are. So yeah, let's I guess jump in and see what kind of questions are on the reader's problems tag. Number 1, you have 20,000 books on your TBR. Not quite true, but close. How in the world do you decide what to read next? I'm a mood reader. I'm a mood reader, and also it depends on if I'm going to be really busy during the next couple of days or whatever, and I can listen to audiobooks, then it's a matter of what I can find on the Libby or Hoopla app. Or for example, I have some library books out right now and they're due in a week, and some of them I can delay their return time, but some of them I can't, so those ones will go high on the priority because I want to read them before I have to return them. But without those little finicky details, it's just whatever I'm in the mood for. Question number 2, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? I quit. I have quit books so far into the book. Like well above 70% into the book. I have DNF'd it. I just don't see a point to, if I'm especially like when you're far into the book. If you're not loving it, if you're not even liking it, I'm fairly confident that that last chunk of the book isn't going to redeem your whole experience. Therefore, even if that last chunk of the book would take you, depending on if you're a slow reader, fast reader, reading with your eyes or reading with your ears, you know, all those different things, I just don't see the point of wasting time on something that you know isn't going to go well. Even I do try for, I was gonna say I try for book clubs, but even then I read up until I know how I'm feeling about what I've read thus far, and if it's not good, if I don't want to continue, then I'll tell my book club that. I don't know. And then I guess that's their opportunity to convince me if I should have continued, then maybe I'll consider it. But anyway, that's a long-winded answer. Number 3, the end of the year is coming and you're so close, but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? Yes, of course. If you're close to the end of the year and you're like decently close to your goal, grab some graphic novels, grab some short stories, grab some little thin poetry books, you know, totally, you can make that goal. You can totally make that goal. And if you even want to make it a little bit easier on yourself, you could do children's picture books. Question 4, the covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? I thrift most of my books. So most of my books don't match anyway because I just grab whatever I can find. So I just deal with it. I will, like, okay, here's an example. So I have the Farseer trilogy, and this was the first one that I found thrifted, and it looks like this. And then I also found this one. This is book 3, this is book 1, and I love these covers way more than I like these covers. So I will keep them because, especially because Robin Hobb is hard to find at thrift stores, I will keep this one, but if I should ever find Assassin's Quest in this edition, I will buy it to replace this. So, I mean, it is on the back of my mind when I do have a mismatched series, but I'm kind of over it. It's not that big of a deal to me. Next question. Everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? I have actually found this quite a few times. The first one that always comes to mind is The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery. Yes. Right? Yes. Anyway, I don't like that one. I don't hate it. I just don't like it and I don't see the hype. But anyway, what do I do? Who do I bond with over shared feelings? I don't. If it's a situation like that where I do feel like the odd duck out and I don't like something that the masses seem to like, I just, whatever. I don't really bond with anyone over it because there's no one to bond with. There's no one to bond with about it because everyone else seemed to like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just move on to the next book. I don't know. It's not that huge of a thing. I don't know. What do you guys do when you don't like a book that seems like everybody else does like? Is there something you do? Like, I just kind of move on. I don't know. Halfway point of the questionnaire, it's coffee time. Question number 6. You're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you feel? I can't answer this question because I have never cried in a book because of a book. It's never happened to me. I'm trying to imagine even like something else if that were to make me cry in public. I mean, I have cried in public before. Like, if anyone who has gone through anything really tragic in their life, anything that's like cut them really deep in their heart and their soul, might have cried in public. I definitely recall like just going through stores and crying. I mean, I don't like just openly wail in front of everybody, but I don't know, if you're caught crying in public, I personally would probably just try to keep it low key until I can like get back in my car or something. That's probably what I would do. That seems like kind of a deep question, but I guess someone might cry because a book is really happy. In which case, maybe you could just laugh it off because it's more of a lighthearted, nice cry, I guess. I don't know. That's never happened to me either. I've never cried because I was happy, so I don't know. Question 7. A sequel of a book you loved just came out, but you've forgotten a lot of the prior novel. Will you reread the book? Whew. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I can have any like examples. So, a sequel of a book you loved just came out. I can't think of any examples from my own experiences, but I'm trying to imagine if a book that I loved, but I haven't read in a long time, so I've forgotten it, was getting a sequel. I would likely reread the first one if I didn't really remember a lot of it. Yeah. Because I would want to go into the second book with the best possible outcome, you know? So yeah, I think I would read the first one again. Oh, I guess there are more questions to that question. Would you skip the sequel? No, I wouldn't. Not if I loved the first one. Would you try to find a synopsis on Goodreads? No. Or would you cry in frustration? No. I would just reread the first one. Number 8. You do not anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people nope when they ask? I mean, I personally don't have that dilemma. Go ahead, borrow my books, whatever. But if I didn't want people to borrow my books, I would probably just say I don't borrow my books out. I would probably just say that. I'd probably just say, sorry, I don't borrow my books out. I don't know. If they ask why, maybe you're just too attached to your books. I don't know. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? Well, first of all, I don't think that is the definition of a reading slump, but I guess I'll answer both questions. If this were to happen to me, if I picked up and put down 5 books in a month, I would just keep trying. Just keep trying more books until something suits. And if I'm in an actual reading slump, I just let myself not read. Like, don't force yourself to read, I guess. I don't know. Wait until, like, I would maybe expose myself to books still. Like, like browse my shelves, browse Bookstagram, watch BookTube. I would still do those kinds of things. And then wait until something like really inspires me to pick up a book. So if you're a book lover, you're an avid book reader, I would just encourage you that if you ever find yourself in a reading slump and you don't feel like reading, that's okay. You can still be a book lover and be in a phase of your life where you just don't want to read anything. That's okay. Question 10. There are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? New books? I don't buy new books. I request them from the library if I'm dying to read them. Yeah, I'll just plead with my library to purchase them so that I can read them. Because if they're new, they're not going to be in the thrift store yet. I don't know how many new books Book Outlet ever really gets, like brand new books. But I mean, I might check there on the off chance, but I don't think that they really sell like brand new books. If it is, which has happened to me twice, if it is an author I love, Morgan L. Bussey, Nadine Brandes. For example, if it's an author I love, an author I trust their work, their Christian perspective on life, and the story appeals to me, then I have purchased Wishtress and Cry of the Raven. Yeah. I've purchased both of those pre-ordered. And that's the only 2 times I've ever pre-ordered a book. And so that's a very unique situation in which I will spend that kind of money without even reading the book first. So yeah, did that answer your question? Hopefully. The last question, after you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, okay, we're gonna say I did go ahead and buy these new books. How long do they sit on your shelf before you can get to them? I mean, it honestly depends. Like, I'm likely currently reading something because I'm always currently reading something. So I will finish what I'm reading first. And then I will see. Like, maybe after a couple of days when I've finished what I'm currently reading, maybe I'm not in the mood just to read that kind of genre or something. You know I will love it when I get to it, but maybe I'm not in the current mood to read it. So I'm very, very, very much a mood reader. So that answers that question. And I guess now we should tag some people. So why don't we tag Chrissy at Chrissy's Purple Library, Bethany at Bethany Brings Books, Melanie at Melanie Killsby, and Tiffany at Beautiful Minutia. So those are the questions. I hope you all do the tag on your own channels. Let us know in the comments below if you have done them so that we can all go check out your videos also. Let me know in the comments below if you have anything to add to any of these questions, maybe your answers, maybe some of your thoughts. Let me know. I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you in the next video. Bye!